Presented by Grey Goose. Please enjoy responsibly.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. It's National Hug Day, Tony. Who have you hugged today?
Tony Kornheiser, Vern Lundquist. It's a long story.
We're going to have to get into this. Are we going to have to get Pablo to get documents on you and Vern Lundquist?
I got notes yesterday. It was not my line about getting in a fight with him. Not my line. It's a brilliant line. Yeah. I got notes from people saying that made me laugh out loud. I don't expect that made me laugh out loud. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Big Ben suggests Mike Tomlin for Penn State. Ooh. The Clippers say see you to Chris Paul, and Steve Young joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with the most recent iteration of the college football playoff rankings, which were unveiled last night. The top two teams remain the same, Ohio State and Indiana. Texas A&M fell from 3 to 7 after losing to Texas. Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, and Ole Miss all moved up one spot. Alabama passed Notre Dame at 9, dropping the Irish to 10 after both won games on Saturday. Wilbon, what stands out to you most about the latest rankings?
I'm going to do something rarely seen on PTI. I'm going to beat you to the glasses.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I got some notes, because I have to write all this down, because it makes your head sore. What we saw last night and what the possibilities.
You know, I love that show.
I know you
I'm a
love
sucker for that show. I love the show.
I like the show a little bit. I like to watch Heather on the show since she was like 11 years old.
Yeah, she was intern at the Post.
That's right. Okay, so Alabama. Suppose they lose. I fast forward to that because they're ranking things that come in early. I'm gonna let you answer all this stuff.
Okay.
Notre Dame at 10 and Miami at 12. I still got a problem with that.
Okay.
That's got to be reversed at some point.
It's not going to be.
It didn't have to be reversed today, but it better be reversed if it comes into play. Don't tell me the head-to-head doesn't count, because then I start to doubt your product. Your product's an exhibition, not a competition. Tulane versus North Texas, and James Madison getting in if Duke loses.
Yeah.
How does Duke beat Virginia? Duke can't beat Virginia. Jim Phillips, I'm talking to you in the ACC if you want to be relevant. The main thing, though, Tony, is if Alabama loses the SEC title game, they would suffer in a way that a Notre Dame couldn't, because Notre Dame doesn't have a conference tournament game. How do you reconcile?
So I'm gonna take these in the order that you said them.
All right.
The Alabama Notre Dame thing comes into play if and only if BYU beats Texas Tech. Because if BYU beats Texas Tech, then two Big 12 teams are going to advance. That's going to eliminate, I believe, either Alabama or Notre Dame. I find it very interesting that they jumped Alabama over Notre Dame this week. I believe the committee is setting up for this, that if Alabama, which has beaten Georgia already this season, if they lose to them in the SEC championship game, and it's reasonably close,
third loss.
I understand that. And so you ask, can a 3-loss team, Alabama, get in over a 2-loss team, Notre Dame? And I believe the committee is positioning that to happen. And then I think Texas is going to go crazy because they have 3 losses, and they've beaten Oklahoma and A&M, who are getting in. Yeah. So I think I've handled that for you. What's the other one? You want to go to Miami now? Miami and Notre Dame?
That Miami.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Fiddle to Notre Dame.
We're going to look at the committee right now. The committee has kept Miami at 12. 12's not going to get in because of conference champions. 12's not going to get in. So they keep them there. That is a signal that they will not employ the head-to-head and move Miami over Notre Dame.
So it seems like you're okay with that. But you're not okay with Alabama jumping Notre Dame.
No, I'm not. No, you're asking me what I think is going to happen. I didn't get to the okay part. But they're also going to take, it looks like they're going to take at least 2, well, not at least 2, but 2. Group of 5,
yeah.
Because that's
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know who I want to leave out.
You like underdogs. Am I okay with the head-to-head? The head-to-head happened a long time ago. Notre Dame has 2 losses in the first 2 weeks by a total of 4 points. Miami's losses are worse than that. Notre Dame has run the table, as you like to hear, since then. I think Notre Dame is, but I do think the committee is setting up to get rid of Notre Dame and keep Alabama. I do. I think that's what they're doing.
If it comes down to to Miami and Notre Dame, then they're setting to keep them.
I think they will keep Notre Dame. I thought that is the indication I have.
You ignore head-to-head. I'd come at you. I'm going to come at them.
Go ahead.
All right?
You haven't paid attention all year.
It'll be like, did Dak get his money?
No, every day.
I'll be like the dog on a postman's pant leg.
Good.
We've had many college coaching hires of late, but the Penn State job remains curiously open. BYU head coach Kalani Sitake is the latest to spurn the school's interest, re-upping to stay in Provo. On his podcast yesterday, Ben Roethlisberger suggested that Mike Tomlin would be a potential fit, adding that while the Steelers should not fire Tomlin, perhaps a fresh start is best for everybody involved. Tone, what do you make of Penn State's problem, and what do you make of Big Ben's potential solution?
It's okay if we say this. It's okay if you and I say that the time is done for Mike Tomlin there and he ought to go to Penn State. It's a great landing spot. It's okay because we're Muppets on a television show. We did not play football for Mike Tomlin. Ben Roethlisberger did. Ben Roethlisberger just came out, basically, a coach who took him to a Super Bowl and said, your time's done, get out of here. Ben Roethlisberger played his entire professional career in Pittsburgh. He matters in Pittsburgh. And now he's saying it's time for Mike Tomlin to do this and then do this. My reaction is wow. If this was what's the word, my word would be wow. Now he tries to soften it by saying that Tomlin could win national championships there, right? And I get this. Everybody in Western Pennsylvania cares about Penn State more than anything else other than the Steelers. Everybody in Eastern Pennsylvania cares about Penn State more than anything else about the Eagles. There's resonance about what Penn State's going to do. But Roethlisberger said, well, he's a great recruiter. He's a great recruiter. He's been in the pros. He hasn't recruited anybody. That's a direct quote, great recruiter. I don't know, it's a wow.
I watched this on camera, and I could see the difficulty that Ben Roethlisberger was having. And I give him credit for trying to reconcile these positions. Okay? I love Mike Tomlin as you do.
And you love Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, you met.
I love him.
Okay. It's time. It's just time to do something.
Again,
you know what?
Does it matter?
You know what we are experts on even more than Mike Tomlin? Doing something for 19 years because we've done it twice in different places.
Right.
It's time.
Right.
It's just time. He's great at it. He'll be great at it wherever he goes. It might be on a network. It might be in a locker room. He's going to be great.
He has said he
It's
doesn't
time.
want college football.
And
He has said that before.
He has said it before. That was before.
Okay.
That was before you could get anybody you wanted and have any dollar amount you want in terms of including matching your salary.
It's time for him. Maybe it's time for us.
By the way,
Maybe it's time for us.
By the way, Penn State.
Yeah.
Go get somebody. Stop screwing around.
They will. Let's move to the NBA and Los Angeles Clippers, who are now 5-16 and a complete disaster. They announced this morning that Chris Paul is no longer a part of their team. The Clippers sent Paul back to L.A. from Atlanta on a one-way ticket. Paul had announced this would be his last season. He's averaging 2.9 points, 3.3 assists, 14 minutes a game. Wilbon, Chris Paul is your friend, and I know that. What do you make of this? And have you talked to him?
You
haven't talked to him, have you?
No, I have not talked to him intentionally. And this is hard for me to reconcile. Look, Chris Paul is one of the great leaders. Charles Barkley has for 15 years called Chris Paul the best leader of this generation. And it's not by accident that I agree with Charles on that. Chris is tough. As Devin Booker said on the eve of starting a season that would end in the NBA Finals, Chris isn't for everybody. And Devin knew what he was saying. He's tough. When I talked to Chris Paul, and we've written a book together, I edited, he wrote. Chris has notes. The notes are copious. He is intentional. He is specific. He's tough. He doesn't like load management. Chris Paul is an old-fashioned, old-school tough guy. And he'll go right at Kawhi Leonard and James Harden and even T. Lue. And I thought they used to be the best of friends. Maybe I'm wrong about that. They haven't spoken.
Let me ask you a question.
They used to be.